What is the worst build of all time? And who would be so impressively dumb to even come up with that as a strategy? A build so cursed it might actually be helping the enemies, or one so tragic that it makes a goblin question his life choices. It's Balladin time, and we're starting with a basic blade, and something basic I probably cannot mess up, so we might start with a smart choice for once. But what are we going to do as a Balladin? Some cool shield balls maybe? Max out my circle stacks and be the strongest goblin in the universe? And then just rip some slimes apart with my bare hands? They all exploded. But I don't want a big brain build, I just want a nice, reliable, strong man build. Something that works. And we're going in the flames, that's a good sign for the future, cool. Let's just say that was on purpose. I incinerated my entire face. It's like a ritual I do, so that I can wake up one of the 4 or 5 brain cells I now have. And with infinitely more brain capacity to work with, maybe I can get away with 1 or 2 smart decisions in a run, like using a bomb to blow up all the slimes. But we need to rob them also, because no matter what I'm gonna do, we need cash. Peglin is trying to scam me every single time I visit. Bombs are good though. That's not the right word. Are we baking bomb cakes now? Am I gonna have to open a bakery as well? This is too much work. Remove all balls again. Have I lost my license for balls? But last time I didn't really stick to the ball anyway. Do I ever stick to the plan? So it's one mighty snake ball versus the world, round 2. It's a strong start, a single ball, 2 damage with the basic blade. So it's kinda sad we have the blade, but the crits are still better. So even though Mr. Moneybags has blessed us with his presence, I have a build that does not synergize at all. It's just a solo snake that needs to somehow leap into the air, rip the face off a bat, then eat all the slimes. And look at the big echo damage bank, 10 damage. Wow. I'm not sure about this ball still. It can be strong, I'm sure it can. Just not so much in the hands of a madman who just rolls up for science and doesn't care about anything else. Then most things tend to be very, very ruined. So it's the 1 ball that is actually 3 balls with the persist. So technically I'm not a 1 ball goblin, I'm a 3 ball goblin. That's 50% better than normal, surely. Can we get away with that? Paying for an Orbalisk, that sounds insane. And I'm not gonna add any balls to this now, that went horribly wrong last time. Duplicate the ball immediately, come on game. The 1 ball, that is now 2 balls, that is then actually 6 balls. Have we invented quantum balls? Thank you, brain. This was not complicated enough. They exist in many locations at the same time. And wait, they actually have persist 5 now that I upgraded them. So we have 1 ball, that is 2 balls, that is actually 10 balls, but somehow still the 1 ball. And that's also a solid amount of blasphemy right away. The 1 ball, immediately no longer 1 ball. I still don't know how that works, but it does work. This has now become a maths problem. I don't know if you remember from math textbooks, there was always this crazy person who bought like 648 melons. Were they building a melon house? Did they spend the next 4 weeks just throwing melons at old people? Or were they just paid off by Big Math Incorporated to try to make math more interesting to kids? And now here I am running a goblin math problem, where it's just a crazy goblin dude with the 1 ball that is 2 balls, also 5 balls, sometimes 10 balls, through just persist shenanigans. There is at least one cool thing here, although, as I'm saying it, it's probably the same if you only have the 1 snake ball, but the echo does carry over from 1 ball to the next. I'm just stuck twinking. That is not an edit I want to do. Thinking about quantum balls. Is this the math where you have imaginary numbers? So we have now imaginary balls. imagine any ball. A very, very magical ball. But that means, if we're thinking science here, there's only the one small detail that if we can control the quantum state of balls, we can just make them magically appear inside a dude, a slime, a bat, a wooden nerd, or whatever. And we can mind blast them from the inside and explode them with quantum balls. I'm sure I'm making perfect sense as always. Scientist, step aside. You have been out-scienced by... or whatever I am. Who am I? What am I? I'm not here for philosophy, let's just drop that one. Should I just hire someone else to play the game and I can focus on the whatever madness is in my brain cell? Because so many times I find myself, I'm not even looking at the screen, I'm throwing a ball, I'm throwing another ball. The ball is a snake and the wooden boys are dead. And then we have the double-edged sword. A watch? Can I strap a watch to my snake? Sure. Sounds better than a puppet that's just burned. Greed is good. Tiny wooden boys. And plants. And the clock is ticking. Is it ticking for me or for these dudes? Or is it ticking for the snake? I wanted to strap the snake to the clock, but I have 2 snakes. So do we strap both snakes in, or am I playing favorites? Is left snake better than right snake? But the snakes are now performing so much better, so maybe the clock helps. What could we do to make the clock build better? Then you need durable and stuff to keep the pegs alive. Probably. Alright, Mr. Mole Man. I don't know what kind of goblin you were expecting to eat today, but I have a suspicion you were not expecting quantum double snake ball that is supposed to be only the one ball. I'm gonna blast you out of the ground with it. We are getting high enough in the Cruciball now that maybe I should just stop rolling with whatever comes my way. I need to think about the boss I have. Like I could have had a lightning ball or something to shoot past the tree. Instead I'm gonna slam my snake into the tree so many times that, well, the tree will die or the snake will die. But then he will be caked out on steroids and he will eat my entire goblin dude in one bite. Does he need more muscles for that? I don't think so. But we are stacking up the damage, especially if I can roll in the crits and ignore my basic blade. All the relics with the amazing synergy of the build I have. I don't know if it's even called a build at this point. But I have no shields, I have no healing. It's just me, my pet snake, and my other pet snake, against now an army of sniper plants and a very, very buff mole man. 10 health. Am I dead in one more hit? But he's only I only need the bomb and we're fine. I'll last it all. And whoever dies first. It's him. Nice. We made it. Barely. Cool. Too many bad decisions. Okay, cactus. Morbid, remove the only refresh I have. Ultimate power, I'm going to explode. It's basically the cactus is the only choice, what I can see. Cactus snake. Is it going to be amazing, or is this just now a cacophony of horrible choices? It really comes down to the echo science here, because 2 damage per peg hit, terrible. And the echo is 1. Amazing. Okay, so it's the worst decision of all times. It carries over 1 damage. We did a science, sure. This time, sadly, it's awful science, and it has completely ruined... I mean, I'm not gonna say I had a build from the start anyway, but whatever it was, it's now so much worse. So can we find a redemption arc? Like, I need to find something else to save this. We find like 50 bomb relics. Or something else to just boost the pegs or boost the buffs would work. Something like that. Okay, it's now the 1,000-year run. This will take so long. But I am some kind of goblin scientist, so I'm gonna have to push through and see what I can do. There is a big brain redemption arc out there somewhere. Do I have the brain to find it? Unlikely. But the best news really is that this could be the worst build of all time. And if I have found that, I have at least found something of value, so I know what to avoid in the future. Balls that do low damage and the cactus. Bombs detonate in one hit. Okay, we're going bomb build. There's a solution here. An explosive snake. That is now 3 snakes. What? The double ball is now a triple ball that is supposed to be a single ball. And I'm continuing to stack up so many awful decisions. Where is that policeman? Just lock me up, because I should clearly not be in charge of any balls. Or anything else. Least of all, quantum balls, because they sound like they can be really dangerous. Now I was hoping that Haglin could save the day, but a single cookie. And also I've worked so hard now to ruin everything. It would almost be a shame if Haglin just magically made this work. Haglin round 2, she's a frog. I mean, I went grocery shopping now instead of trying to somehow save the build. And again, I have the option, do I remove one of the balls? Since it's supposed to be a one ball kind of deal, surely it's more rare to have 3 of that ball, so I'm gonna stick with the 3 balls. I will add no more balls. I don't care if I explode. You have to explode sometimes for science. I think that's a new record in how long I stick to my plan. I have instantly added a ball. It is an explosion ball. Maybe that's fine. Haglin is not really the most helpful, so I'm gonna be all in now on a single bomb ball. Snakes can get lost, send them back to the upside down reverse Peg Australia madness that they came from. Or do we just load up all the snakes with explosives, they can play the game, and I can retire? So can we do enough damage with a bomb build that is not really a bomb build? And the clock is also like, if I had balls that actually did damage, the clock would be amazing, but no. We break everything, find the worst combos in the universe, and do any of these relics and balls that I have actually work with the cactus? Not really, right? This is what I'm getting at. Definitely not the echo. Having 1 more crit damage, like, wow, and the basic blade. I guess that does add up to 1 more damage, potentially. Just the echo going up with 1 for each shot is also, it's so bad. Honestly, with this build, I kinda look forward to this being over. Just delete me. Okay, invest in the bomb ball. All in on the bomb ball. There will be 1 final science. Okay, we are at least starting with the 1 ball that might make a difference. And we get cactus damage out of this as well. 1 damage. Versus Mr. 8750 health. Right. 1,000 bombs is all I need. I guess it's a lot to ask. Especially since I have cursed myself to this faith. None of the gods are on my side anymore. Abandoned by the gods. Abandoned by the snakes. Abandoned by every other ball. But there were at least a few bombs. Is this possible? I mean, 2,000 damage almost on the first thing. And then I have to just skip through the snakes. Take damage every time. Somehow refresh so I can get more bombs in. I don't even have refreshing bombs. It's all on that ball. Okay, bad ball order. Snakes are bad. Worst ball ever seen. Even though I've spent this entire run being a snake juggler. And I've concluded that I don't want the snakes. They don't want me either. That's not enough bombs. Honestly, with this build, I look forward to being that guy's dinner. I welcome death. I offer myself up as a sacrifice to the gods, and then maybe that can boost whoever the next Peglin boy is that comes through this cursed Groundhog Day hellscape. I shall be the tiny blue Peglin ghost, and the rest of my soul can be used to boost 1 single ball. And can we really blame the snake? Is the snake bad? It should be the cactus that's the... well, me. I am the problem. As is tradition. The soul of a goblin who's made just terrible, terrible choices. If that can be used to boost a single ball, would it be a terror ball or a horror ball? Is this where the balls that are awful are coming from? Bad science becomes bad ball, that makes sense to me. If you enjoy terrible science and bad decisions, consider subscribing for more. Games are so much more fun when you just throw logic out the window, engage your brain in Goblin mode, and just see what happens. As the snake juggler gets devoured whole, maybe you would also enjoy some tabs with the tribals, perfect friendly fire, archers test some extreme acupuncture, and strategy is optional. Thank you for watching.